Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 63 of the TEW 2016 Challenge Run. We are here for SmackDown Live and 205 Live here on Tuesday, week 3 of August 2019. The road to SummerSlam is very much hot and heavy, and let's get on with the show. Ronda Rousey opens up Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, and she addresses Shayna Baszler's actions from last week. Shayna saying that she wants to still be friends and she did it out of respect. Ronda says that she's well aware that her and Shayna are still friends, and this isn't a matter of hatred or a blood feud. She understands why Shayna did what she did, but she has to understand that you can't go around making your name off of Ronda Rousey without expecting consequence. And so she accepts Shayna's challenge, or she says she had a word with the Big Show even because Shayna put the challenge out, and at SummerSlam it will be Shayna Baszler defending her SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey, and Ronda, as a friend, will teach Shayna a lesson in respect, so that she won't go around trying to pick on her friends and make a name for herself at the expense of her friends any longer. Once Ronda taps her out, breaks her arm, and becomes a SmackDown Women's Champion. Shayna shouldn't be on screen here, but she is. First match, we get Ryder and Rowan against Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, and Ryder and Rowan pick up the win. And with Daniel Bryan will grab Mike after the match, and he'll address Andrade, and he'll introduce Ryder and hype up Rowan about how he's got these two dangerous forces on his side now, and that at SummerSlam he's going to end Andrade for good and send him packing to 205 Live, just like his buddy Rey Mysterio is. So Bryan officially one-on-one with Andrade at SummerSlam, and what should be a hell of a contest. Speaking of hell of a contest, we've got Kairi Sane and Ember Moon. They have a match, 61C. Kairi defeats Ember with a spear in a 61C. Announcer chemistry is now popping up all the time with Corey and Byron, even though it never popped up before last week. Finn Balor's in the ring with Kathy Kelly, and he's explaining or talking about Randy Orton, how Randy Orton said last week that he's the most dangerous man on SmackDown Live, and Balor said that's not true because I've got my demons and I can be dangerous. And Balor says he needs to show, after he lost last week, they pick up a tweet from Randy Orton, and it pops up on the screen saying Balor's a weak link, and I'd be the number one contender without him, but he took the loss in our match, proving that he's not dangerous. He's just a weak coward. And Balor would not be happy with this, and he would challenge Randy Orton to a match at SummerSlam. And Kathy says, he may say, Kathy may not think that's smart because Randy Orton beat me 2 weeks ago, but Randy Orton beat Finn Balor the Man. But I've got a hunch that Finn Balor the Man won't be the one coming to SummerSlam. That's when No Way Jose interrupts him, and he says, you may be looking at SummerSlam, maybe looking past tonight and looking straight to SummerSlam, but you've got a match with me right now. You may be thinking, Jose, what are you doing? You're never going to win this. But you never know. Anything happening in WWE, I can take it to Finn Balor the Man and prove that I'm a force here on SmackDown Live. And fuck it, I'll gamble. And he runs in, and No Way Jose has a match with Finn Balor in which he's beaten with a 1916 in a 66C plus 3-star match. I got it from TWDB, where it's got the star ratings on here as well. I just think it's a cool aesthetic. And yeah. Yes. After the match, Randy Orton comes out and hits an RKO on Finn Balor. Out of nowhere. and says, "You want a match at SummerSlam? You're on, pal. Stupid, stupid, stupid. What a stupid decision," he'd shout. Yeah. 77B. Apollo and Lashley defeat the Snake Busters when Apollo defeats Curtis Axel by pinfall. No sign of Kevin Owens here tonight. I don't know why, he just chose not to show up, but the Snake Busters beaten by Apollo and Lashley in a 77B 3.1 star match. Backstage, Big Show's in his office. We get a shot of Big Show in his office with his head in his hands, and we can just hear mumbled screaming in the background. And then the camera pans out to show Ricochet, Buddy Murphy, Cesaro, Sheamus, Rude, and Kanellis all shouting over each other to try and get the Big Show's attention. And then the Big Show would scream, "Quiet!" in his big, scary, shouty voice, and everyone would shut up. And he'd be like, "Look, you all make great claims to be the next Intercontinental Champion, but I'm sick and tired of having to deal with all of you, if I'm honest. So, literally, for no other reason than to get you all off my back, Ricochet, SummerSlam, take your championship, put it on the line against Buddy Murphy, and Sheamus and Cesaro and Rude and Kanellis in a 6-way. Was going to be a ladder match, but for reasons that I can't get into yet, it's not going to be. So it's just a 6-way, 6-pack challenge. First 4 wins and becomes the Intercontinental Champion. And he also makes a huge announcement next week's episode of SmackDown Live. These 6 men, we're having a massive gauntlet match to see who can get the most momentum heading into that show. Ricochet, Buddy Murphy, Cesaro, Sheamus, Rude, and Kanellis in a gauntlet that should take up most of, if not the whole show. Anderson and Gallows, they still exist, and they lose to the New Day, Big E and Kofi, to give the New Day another win, heading towards their match with AOP at SummerSlam. Then get an interesting segment. Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green from NXT are shown watching Kyrie versus Ember on the TV and just scouting Alexa and Ember and the Sky Pirates. And they're making a mockery of the women's tag team division. And they say, if this is the best that this division has to offer, then this is a cakewalk, Chelsea. And this whole division is about to get vexed. Main event, Drew McIntyre against Luke Harper. Aleister Black not actually at the announce desk. I just wanted to get him involved in the segment so the story would advance, so it wouldn't completely bomb. Imagine how bad it would be if it did. Because it gets a B- with the storyline in involvement. So it's just, he's not there. But then after the match, Aleister Black does show up. Drew McIntyre grabs a mic and he calls out Aleister Black, who pops up on the Titantron, sat where actual IRL Aleister Black is. He sits in the chair in the room in the back. He's just sat there with a smile on his face as Drew shouts at him saying, "At SummerSlam, you're in for the biggest challenge of your career. I'm gonna beat you. I'm a Scottish psychopath." Blah blah blah. And then Black doesn't ever say anything. He just cracks a smile. And he says, "You're a coward, Aleister. You're sitting in the back there hiding away from me instead of coming out and facing me like a man. If you were a real champion, you'd be out here." Lights go out. Lights come back on. He's behind Drew McIntyre. Boom, Black Mass drops Drew as the champion stands tall to end SmackDown Live. In a show that will not get too good because the main event was pretty bad. Yeah, 83B+, 4-star show. That is the end of SmackDown Live, and we'll pause here and we'll get into 205 Live. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cut the music. Last week, that masked asshole, the Hurricane, told the man of the hour he had to be here on 205 Live because he had a match against anybody who fancied a shot at the man of the hour. Well, the almighty Bobby Lashley and Apollo are here by the man of the hour's side, and Lio Rush is ready to make a statement here on 205 Live against whoever it is that the Hurricane has brought out to face me. So without any further ado, let's bring him out here. And out comes Evan Bourne, who is the man that will face Lio Rush here tonight. And the match gets underway, and it gets a 64C. And Evan Bourne defeats Lio Rush because Kevin Owens pops up out of nowhere and stuns Lio Rush, Apollo, and Bobby Lashley, allowing Evan Bourne to get the win with the Airborne. I believe Leo had a point, so he's now off the board. Evan Bourne, I believe, now has 2. Carrillo and Garza come out, just being a pair of cocky Hispanic dickheads, bragging about how they turned on Angelico last week, and now there's no bond stronger than the family bond, and they're now going to rise to the top of the Cruiserweight Tag Division. They get a match with Team White Wolf, which they win. Garza gets the pinfall over A-Kid, and him and Carrillo, off to a romping start, they're now on the tag team board, which I believe only has the Dog's Bollocks on one point, which is null and void because they got given the title shot anyway. And then it's got Navarro and Gulak on 1, and now Garza and Carrillo on 1. Rey Mysterio and the Lucha Dragons are backstage. Rey's hyping up his match with Tyler Bate at SummerSlam for the Cruiserweight title, but he says it all may be all a bit too soon because his friend Sin Cara here, while he's been doing the tag team stuff, has actually got 2 points on the board. So he's got a match with the Cruiserweight Champion up next. And if he wins, not only will he have beaten the champion, but he'll also have 3 points. So he'll be doubly earned a Cruiserweight title shot. So maybe it'll be Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, and Tyler Bate in a triple threat at SummerSlam. So we get our champion versus champion main event. It scores a 74B-, which is a very good Cruiserweight match. Bate defeats Sin Cara, thanks to help from Paige. And we end the show. Very quick 205 Live this week is a 70C+, which I think is a very good score for 205 Live. I don't think I've ever had 205 Live score a B, so that must be like, or at least a B-, or anywhere in the B is what I mean. So that's the next goal, I guess, for 205 Live. As the expansion continues, Rey Mysterio definitely has helped a lot. But yeah, that's the end of this episode, and I'll see you next time. Episode 64, the go-home episode of Monday Night Raw for SummerSlam. See you then.